First off, how many people in the audience have created a trust or a will today? Have you guys created it? Okay, did anybody use trust and will in here? Okay, great. My co-founder Cody used it. So we set out to build the TurboTax for estate planning. I'll tell you about that in a second. But first off, who am I? I'm president, co-founder of Trust and Will. I am a Cubs fan. I went to Baylor just up the street from here. And I'm telling you my personal story because everything that we do is legacy driven. We believe that everybody has a story and their story matters. And so when I'm not trying to scale Trust and Will, I am chasing my kids around. I got 3 little kids, and they take most of my time. And so this is the legacy that I'm building. Now, what comes from my legacy, which is looking forward, we also have my backwards-looking legacy. So I've come from Italian roots, Irish roots, Jewish roots, means we like to argue and drink. And that's generally what we do as a family. I'm originally from Chicago, and I live in Texas now. And so back in the summer of 2013, you guys probably didn't think you'd see like a guy in a hospital bed in this presentation. These are my grandparents, and this is 12 years ago. And both of them passed away in the same summer. And we had to go through the estate planning process on my mom's side and on my dad's side. And it was horrible on one side, and it was easy on the other side. And one of the things that I recognized at that time, this is before we started Trust and Will. We started Trust and Will in 2017. This is 4 years before it. But I got to witness the process of multi-generational planning actually being used. And so that brought me to the point where that everybody has a legacy, right? Whether you're expanding a family or losing somebody you love, we're all experience living and dying. It's like death and taxes. We're all going to have it. And so 8 years later, or 12 years after that event, we at Trust and Will, we raised about $30 million earlier this year, and I have an amazing family, and like I look at my legacy that's happening, and I'm like, man, the work that we do to connect generations really does matter. So that's why I show up every day at Trust and Will, and I think that's important because that's the heart of. When you talk to a founder, you wonder what's their heart. Why do they get up every day? That's what I show up for every day. So now let's talk about the problems that we're solving. You guys have probably heard this stat. You got $124 trillion that's passing between generations over the next 20 years. Most of that's going from baby boomers to Gen X and millennials. Most of this wealth transfer is happening in offline, fragmented situations. You have estate plans that are in drawers somewhere, done with attorneys who a lot of times aren't even around anymore by the time the estate passes. And there's inconsistencies. And so this needs to be modernized, or else there's going to be a cash and a lot of issues. And so the way to modernize it is to have modern estate planning, but the problem is there's still an insane amount of Americans that don't have an estate plan. I only saw 30% of the hands in this room go up. That means that 60% of you are letting the government decide how your estate is actually distributed. Because you all have a plan, whether you like it or not. One's set by the government and one you get to decide. And so the majority of Americans still need an estate plan. And so if you look at the estate planning industry as a whole, about $34 billion is spent every single year, from documents to attorney support, trust administration, and probate. And we know that because we are, sorry, this clicker's like, give me some trouble. We are the #1 digital estate planning solution in the U.S. This number is actually a little, we have about 1 million people who have started their estate plan with us. We've done 2.5 million estate planning documents. We have almost $350 billion in assets that will pass through our documents. And to do that, we've raised $83 million in venture over the last 7 years, and we've partnered with some of the most outstanding organizations, including 15 of the top 25 banks. So we have been trying to solve this problem for the last 8 years of how do you get more Americans to document and manage their estate actively. And the way that we've done it is we've built a consumer brand. Maybe you guys have seen some of our TV commercials, heard us on a podcast, been recommended by an estate planning attorney or a financial advisor that might be using our platform. And then we have distribution through all of our financial partners. And we talked about our brand. I actually wish this slide was just our newest commercial that we ran because it's funny and it's fun. And so we try to make estate planning relatable. We try to make it the thing that people see and they say, oh, I know I needed to do this. Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to go get it done. I've actually had multiple conversations today. People are like, oh, you're my reminder to actually get this done. The way that we've built our software is to make it as simple and easy as possible. If you guys don't, for those of you who don't have an estate plan, go to trustandwill.com. That's actually my ask, is you guys get your estate plan done. But go to trustandwill.com. You can get it done in 20 minutes. We basically walk you through the creation of a will or a trust. We get you the documents for you, your spouse, and your entire family. And then you get it shipped to your home, and you can get it done in a manner that is like way easier, way more affordable than you ever would with an attorney. After you create your documents, we provide you with an intelligent, connected platform where, think about an estate plan as three things: who you are, what you own, and what you want to happen to it. And so all of that data, we have an intelligent assistant that sits on top of, and an active management platform that you could pull your professionals into. And so that helps estate plans stay up to date, informed, and connected. It also helps people make asset by asset and jurisdiction by jurisdiction decisions about what they want to happen to their actual estate. That platform that we built for consumers, we launched earlier this year for professionals as well, and we call it Estate OS. It allows advisors, NPOs, and attorneys to use the same tools that we had for our consumers now in their professional environment, which is pretty cool. The reason we did that is because a bunch of professionals were already using it with their clients without even having the tools that were like designed specifically for them. On top of the platform, which I'm going to show you the attorney version in a second if I have time, we also have a network of 350 estate planning attorneys that are available in every single state to help with any individual who needs either just advice, review, peace of mind, or more complex needs. If they're business owners, if they're blended families, if they have multi-state assets or multi-country, like cross-border assets. Our revenue, what started off as this idea that we were going to be like the TurboTax of estate planning and just go direct to consumer, is actually diversified over the last like 5 years. And so now we have our advisors and attorneys that use the platform, and then we have our partners that use the platform. On the advisor front, we have about, this is like kind of like a janky slide, but we have about 20,000 financial advisors that are using Trust and Will. They've started to use Trust and Will from some of the largest organizations like Northwestern Mutual and LPO. And then I talked to you about the partners already. We work with 15 of the top 25 banks, and I think even this only goes to Q2 2024, so that number is closer to 225 now. So the last thing I wanted to show is over the last year, we've been building our platform. One of the key stakeholders in the platform, so we got 100 million estate plans that exist in a drawer somewhere that are not connected, they're not intelligent, and they're done with an attorney. Most of them are out of date. The people who raise their hand, you might be the people who have an out-of-date estate plan in a drawer somewhere. And so what we realize is that estate planning attorneys are the conduit to make those digital and intelligent. And on top of that, estate planning attorneys need tools that a modern customer would expect. So we launched Estate OS for attorneys. This is an AI native platform that allows them the same level of intelligence that our consumer platform has now in their own workflows. So we give them an assistant, we give them bulk document upload, which allows them to take all of their files that are available on their computer, ingest them, extract them, and provide intelligent real-time insights for every single one of their clients. And then it allows them to do client drill downs that are instant and scalable across all their clients. That can do pattern recognition, which then leads to, like I said, the intelligent insights and an estate assistant. Where we're taking that is then also intelligent document creation as well, which will be available probably in Q1. And so this platform is live in beta, which is awesome. We have that network of estate planning attorneys, 350 of them, about half of them that are signed up for the beta, and then we're going to be scaling the Estate OS for attorneys. And so that's a little bit about Trust and Will. And I don't really have an ask other than everybody in here, finish your estate plan and go get a drink, I guess. So thank you.